Hello there, welcome to another league match, this time against BitterWurmcoil. This will be my 4th of 5. Friendly dash and blah 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 blah. Okay, so Destry is pretty easy to make cheap via supplies. We do have colonies. There's Horn of Plenty, but there aren't a lot of... Trying to think. I mean, you can probably technically get it to 11, but it's hard because most of them have to be treasures. So your supplies, your ghost towns, your mill, and your Destry are 4 are pretty... 5, I guess. 5 are fairly clean, but the remaining 6 would have to be stop cards. So that's a little rough, frankly. But that doesn't mean that like a province megaturn isn't the play. I don't think core really matters too much, right? There's not like an expensive or a bunch of actions that you care to get necessarily. I think I'm gonna open supplies mill. I think you could maybe imagine doing a skulk, but okay. So I got this is actually like a relatively, at least the way it happened to me, where it was a 5-2 on the split. This is like a relatively innocuous golden sombrero as far as that goes, just because I did get the 2-5, so I'm really not missing buys particularly here. So the question is, do we go for like charm or do we go straight for hop? War chest isn't super appealing. I mean, it's basically going to be gaining you the bottom row here, which is fine. But like hop can potentially poke a little higher. It's not unreasonable, honestly. I mean, the war chest can get horns too, so it's fine. Charm would also be fine. No, I think for sure you want one of the $5 treasures there, but which one is not? I don't feel super tied to any of them. There's no trashing either, so just like drawing is just a huge pain here. I'm not really probably getting much off the hop. It's probably just the supplies. Ghost town buys are not unreasonable at some point, probably. We don't quite get... I guess this last card is a copper, so if we had swapped copper estate, we could have gotten a Destry, which would have been really nice. But as it is, it's just whatever. I wonder if you try a skulk. There's some angles that are okay. This is a bit unfortunate, but whatever. Actually, I really can't complain about it. It's fine. The reality is we're just not going to actually draw deck here. So it's sort of weird to be pretending like we are. We've got 0 trashing. We're gonna split the labs, 6-4-5-5, something like that. So you can draw your stop cards and then that's it. You can draw your starting stop cards and that's it. If you add any more, then you're just kind of stuck. Which doesn't mean that hop is necessarily bad or wrong, but it does have some limited uses. You take a charm. If we get really lucky on the supplies here, this may turn out quite nice. I mean, there's even worlds where just not playing Gesture is like the play in some fashion, but it's not like such an insane possibility. I think here clearly we play, but Curse is alright. I'm not mad about that. We can't quite manage the, but this is like, we can't get like supplies and Gesture. There's no way to do that, so I think you just go with another Gesture. It was a pretty good draw turn. We're just fighting over these stupid Gestures. I may, this gives me, I may hold here. This is another double Gesture turn. Obviously there's some upsides that are really nice, but this gets us to, well, really cheaper than that even, but what is this? At the start of your blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's try it. We've got to think a little longer term here. Probably they can manage the last two on this turn some way. If I had to guess, either via the friendliness or whatever. Okay, so I think we split them. I had two double Gesture turns. And I think just the one, yeah. So the Gestures are all even. You can't really do hop excitement here. You can gain ghost towns or more supplies, that's fine. You really do need to probably find a path to platinum. Which is, for the most part, fine with me. I think I'm in a much better position to angle that way. At the moment. Maybe we go gold and take. What are the odds of getting to that are pretty small, but we go mill ghost town here. We can also think about just kind of going down the line on the mills. The mills and the supplies, I suppose. How is Animal Fair looking here? It probably is fine, right? I mean, the collision chance is not super high. They also get platinum. You're gonna get another platinum. I don't remember what there's some supplies still, yeah. So far so the question here is whether you want a second platinum or whether you're just into it here. Not super clear to me, actually. We don't have a really pile out angle at this point in time. Oh, wait. You know what? Let's see. I may, before the shuffle, I think you go plat. This is a bit sad. Guess we'll just save a horse for the future. This was quite nice though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't quite. That discard actually costs us a colony here. So that's not great for me, but you know, so be it. This is also increasingly likely to be actually have collision between Skulk and Animal Fair. We can take a province now, though. There is a nice angle here where the first province is at least, you know, closer to the colony. There are a lot of things we can get to give us some, like silver still museum. That I don't know that any of it will ever be relevant, but silver quarry duchy are the easier targets. War chest is a possibility. It would be fine with me if we kind of work our way through these low piles, the supplies mill or the ghost town. Would be absolutely fine with me. Do you get a little help? You know what? 2 points here, nothing to sneeze at. Not in the slightest. You can still take supplies. They gotta be still net positive. We're moving towards the I have a curse buy also, I guess, potentially. BitterWurmcoil doesn't. But this is maybe a little more stuff than probably they want to draw. Bad omens. You know, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes the omens are bad. It's not clear to me that they want to buy the supplies. Or actually, I'd go so far as to say that probably buying the supplies here does not help their chances, but and estate for sure doesn't. You could province duchy, I guess that's like a little bit more points than the colony, but like, you know, it's also gross. It's one more point. Oh, a charm. Interesting. Well, then you could potentially get a war chest with it. I'm surprised the hop isn't just zipping off to a province right now. You're not really going to get a better shot. And the points are quite useful at this stage. I'm actually anticipating an undo request, but because like you're not getting better off your hop. I mean, if you think the game's gonna last long enough, then the platinum could pay off, but actually a little bit hard to make it last super, super long. This is quite a nice... No, it's not. What am I talking about? Terrible. We could go the we could go the charm angle, which would be like war chest duchy, which scores, 7 points, nothing to sneeze at. Just put a war chest in the deck, which also is actually not terrible. There's a question here of how long this game will last. That isn't easy to answer. Like at all. And I can do stuff to push it, like buy 2 mils here. But there's a real question of why would you do that? I guess the other option is to just like double Ghost Town, which is a little more help the next turn by colony of an angle. You can also just buy provinces, which are fine. This is hard. I don't want the 2 5s. I'm gonna draw the 2 terminals and be sad I didn't have a sad I didn't have a village. Well, we can play this now. Fine. 1, 2. What did we hit? Just 9? That's not so great. Do a ghost town. Okay. Well, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10, 11, 14. 18. 20. It's almost a double colony. That'd be crazy. We have a lot of buys. If we toss the ghost town, we can even do mill colony. and we're putting 2 horses on top, if I've counted this correctly. But we'll have not a huge lead, frankly, to try and pile out on. And then we're just looking for any of the buy, basically, like hop will probably get it done. Most of them will get it done. Let's try it. It's a little greedy. I guess I should have possibly played Locust first. This is going to let them score, I guess, if they do a mill. So this didn't actually let them score. They already had those cards. So the less aggressive maneuver is like mill war chest. Or just province. Or Quarry War Chest. I'm so greedy. I don't know where their skulk is. That also matters a fair bit. We drew everything, though not the we drew so many. We literally found every single gesture, which is wild. Guess if they can double colony, good stuff. Diluted is kind of funny, right? I can't buy, but if I see Horn of Plenty, it still works. Or like Charm plus another source of buy. That was actually a really nice draw that was somewhat unfortunate in ways. This has got to be province. They kind of saw all of their stuff here. I shouldn't have played all my money here. Like, this was revealing. not in a reasonable fashion. I don't think there's a win, but maybe. They can get Quarry. Like, they can go Quarry Mill on the Charm. That's 2-3. And then the Province is 8. That's 11. And then the Hop, another 6, 17. I don't know if there's another... And then Duchy. Maybe they win. This might be a win. You can Charm Quarry for Mill. That takes 4 of your bucks, but you still have enough for Duchy. You can Province for... Or you can Horn of Plenty for a Province. Which I think they don't have. I think I have 2 of them. Well, they just got a Province. So you lose the Hop too, though, so... It's interesting they're playing penultimate. I would have gone for the colony if you go this point. Maybe they'll buy mill. I mean, maybe they'll buy supplies. I'd have to go back and count again to see if they had the money. I did mess up. The province is just 6 because you do lose the hop. But this is the same thing they did. Okay. So we have our issue is different, which is that we got diluted, which actually completely screwed us. Just fully, because the pile out is totally there. 1, 2, because we have the money. We have $6 here. 2, 3. I guess we have to buy province just to make it a little harder. And we're still just waiting. I don't know. There's not a lot of... There's not a lot of other things to do. I guess we could, nothing's gonna be better than 6. I think I already have a duchy. I can take a curse. Where are the, okay, this doesn't, jeez. So, that was a weird game. Alright, so I started that one. That got scary. I'm kind of curious to go back and count their try. I think I maybe miscounted when I first said that I think they had a win, but I would like to check that later. This is probably scrap magpie. I don't really see a lot else to do here. You can go pretty crazy with liveries and whatever. You go pretty crazy with a lot of things here. You actually build up. If it weren't that it's probably just going to 3-pile, you can score quite a bit with the gardens here. Like if you're playing someone where you really absolutely had to do that, you could get a very, very big deck here quite easily. Gonna see a transport of livery, yeah. If you hit 5 later, that looks really nice. If you, or you can just put it on. I mean, this it looks less like crazy, but what do you take? It's the I guess shuffling here isn't super great. The silver's not terrible. This could let us buy a Wayfarer, which is all right. Actually, do I want buy? I mean, do I want silver? Silver is probably still pretty okay. This is probably a minstrel. Could be magpie. We've got the Wayfarer. I'm gonna say no. We've bottom decked horse silver, so I guess I probably don't draw here. I just take coin horse and buy livery, because it's not likely to draw something super good. There was a real shot there of getting the Citadel, which would have been nice, but you know. It was a good turn regardless. A really nice minstrel magpie situation. I'm probably like a little bit ahead here. This is a little bit interesting, right? Because there are quite a few. I'm gonna do it just for the chance to print the horses. We didn't draw the scrap. This is the issue, right? So we don't get to play the scrap now because of the order we did this in. But it's all right. It's like scrap copper left. We got a horse. We didn't get to play the scrap. That was the trade-off here. I think this has got to be Citadel. This time won't matter. We'll have a million actions. So if we do draw some magpies or whatever, it'll be totally safe to play the livery first. They're gonna get Citadel this time. Like, see, like here, now it's okay. We'll get a bunch of horses, which is cool for me. And a bunch of magpies. We only need to buy, right now we don't need the silver. It's not impossible to win it later. These magpies were a little sad, but we're still gonna do quite well here. So we're gonna empty them still. And get a bunch of horses, so that was great. Hooray for me. All right, so, but the horse, we won't get quite as much draw the next turn. Maybe we go minstrel mining road, or maybe it's just another scrap. We're gonna need buy. We'll want more liveries for sure, but we don't necessarily need them immediately. And it would be kind of nice to kill a few more coppers, but they get a good turn. My deck's quite a bit better, but still competitive here. Okay, same buys. Okay. I don't want to blow too many of the horses if we can avoid it, but all right. Minstrel. It would be nice to save some of these horses if possible. I don't think I want a silver. I really only need 13. Maybe I need the silver. We've got 7. Maybe we can also go buy silver on the scrap choices. It'd be okay. 7. Oh, I'm forgetting the livery. Okay, 710. Yeah, we don't have to gain it now. That's fine. We need to draw the scrap, but we can leave this where it is now, I think. I-113, yeah. All right. So we do need more of these. Actually, we don't have to do a minstrel this next turn. Because we're gonna be top decking a couple. I guess you could still go like minstrel wayfarer. I don't know how the horse situation's gonna go here. We've saved quite a few. We've saved a decent amount. Also, if you play minstrels early, then your magpies late, if you get through the deck, can be quite nice. This may involve some more silver gaining, just because it would be nice to target like 4 buys here if we can get it. I mean, I have potentially more than that. I'm gonna have 5 buys, but I doubt we're gonna get to 20. So, I mean, though, to be fair, even like native village rabble might be okay in terms of those kinds of buys. So let's just see how that goes. I don't know if they saved horses. They must have saved some horses. Ooh. We tossed a copper. Okay. Not really what we want to see, but it's fine. Those are beautiful. That I love. Love all of this. What do we have left? Couple mining villages. Or not mining villages, mining roads rather. Okay. Pretty nice. Well, I don't have to count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Oh, we do have 20. We have way more than 20 right now. Potentially. 10, 17, 19. So 21 would be nice. I guess like 4 minstrels and a livery would be pretty nice. Something like that. They're only up to 4 buys. $22 would also be okay. Oh yeah, we want the buy. This is 17. Oh my gosh, how do I count this? 7, 13, 20, 22 already. If we keep the 22 is okay. We can go menstrual, livery, mining road maybe. This will be 9, so what do I get? 17, 9, 15, 20, 22. We need the buy. I keep forgetting to do the buy. Do I need the, I don't need the coin though, right? I think 7, 13, 20, 22. Okay. I think we don't use mining road, right? Because we can maybe top deck a horse. Okay. So we're gonna go minstrel, mining road, livery, and another 2 more minstrels. Or should we just be in provinces? Minstrel Gardens. It's a big deck. Those magpies were nuts in the middle there of that last turn, of my last turn. So I'm at 40 cards. So like I can for sure be into like 50-ish. Like gardens for me can easily be worth more than provinces at the end of a turn. where I have like 20-ish horses and, you know, 40 actual cards in the deck or so. Worth as much as provinces anyways, quite easily. Which that's all helpful. Now maybe they score and just kind of, I don't know, I think I can get to having better threat here, but they might do a little greening here, which they're going to have draw issues, I think. If they don't, they didn't get a third livery. I mean, I think they're going to have draw issues. I certainly hope they're going to have draw issues. 2 mining roads seems a little crazy to me, but you need buy for sure. We're just gonna kind of dance around the piles. We're up to 6 buys. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buys right now. They may go green. There's a risk that they just have the points faster, or fast enough rather. Still think there's some risk of missing for them. Okay, so they're up to 6 buys. They take province, okay. So we certainly have to score now. This is a lot of the trying to put some of these coppers or whatever in the to be fair, we've already drawn most of them. So I probably didn't need to do that then. Now we're getting a few treasures in there. 3 horses, huh? So I think everybody's up to 6 buys. Now I have to really start counting things, which is a huge pain in the butt. Alright, what we have left is mining road plays. 1, 2. There's a magpie down in here. Okay. We can't lower anything to like we can't get 4 gardens. We can get 3 gardens. That would be okay. We could shoot for like 3 gardens mining road province. That's 25. Which, okay, we can shoot a little higher than that. I don't think they can get 40, but I'm not totally sure on that either. So we'll have to be a little careful of that. Maybe to double province. So trip gardens from mining village. Oh yeah, 17, 24, 28. So that's 3 more than whatever I said. It could just be a duchy. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we would need all the buys. Okay. This gives us 20, what did I say? 13, 25, 29. Is that right? 13, 25, 29 would be okay. We're way past that. What did I actually say? 27, we're at 31 right now. Holy cow. Maybe we can double promise. Can they get to 40? Probably not. 3, 3, that's 10, 15. Forty is scary if they can buy coppers. Though to be fair, they can only buy 1 copper. So the actual question is there any other risk of doing this way? I don't think they have 40. I don't think they have 40. I don't believe it. I simply don't believe it. If they do have 40, I guess good on them. They already played their magpies though, so they're not scrapping those, which would help a little bit for that. They can scrap horses. No, they may be out of draw. This isn't clear to me. They scrap silver though also, which is not a play to get 40. You would want to scrap horse or something. I could have relatively easily dudded. Now, obviously, having one horse in hand is not hard, but there was some shot of that happening. Yeah, so if I draw, it's just one. They have to play, they should play for a dud, basically. Like a full dud, really. Because you don't even really, I mean, so you should basically add some payload and draw and hope I dud, because otherwise I'm going to pile. Yeah, this is wrong, I believe. I believe the duchies are like totally incorrect. You should be playing for a full dud. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not a full dud, but I'm pretty skeptical. Because you're not even, the duchies don't even change the VP situation, right? They're just nothing. So I don't agree with this. Because I can full dud and you still cannot win next turn at this point with these buys. Now you probably can. If I full dud, you can probably take gardens and minstrel. And win. But until you bought the gardens, you actually hadn't gotten any threat at all. The duchies are bad. They're just bad. If you're willing to buy one gardens, you should just buy gardens and then you should buy minstrel and like Wayfarer or something, or Wayfarer Mining Road, something like that, because you're already presenting me with a 3 pile. It's not right. But now they're getting even closer. Yeah, this makes way more. I mean, it makes more sense to just put the thread on. And hope for duck, because I have a win. If I draw, like I full draw, I have easy wins. It's also rough. Their horse scanning has been crippled here, so their deck can't actually draw anymore. Just regardless. Which is actually another reason to get something like Rabble or Wayfarer and Minstrel. But, so I still don't think these are correct, but it's better than 3 duchies for sure. This is probably gonna be good enough. Just off the back of horses and minstrels, I would expect. In fact, if they, you know, they wanted to you know, resign, I wouldn't mind per se. I can still empty all these horses. I don't know what they're... Anyway, whatever. They can do whatever they want. It's a different perspective. Some people like to play their big turn. I do not. I did not want to click those things. So it's if you're a conscientious opponent, it's hard to know, I guess, whether some people really dislike it when people resign in the middle of their last thing, and so I would much prefer that people did, but people have different takes on it. So unless you already know what your opponent likes, it's not hard, or it's hard to necessarily accommodate that. This is going to be a little weird. I guess if you get like all the longships, your inventor stuff can probably do some pretty exciting things. Cages this is all kind of a bit weird with Shepherd, right? How to balance whatever things, or the way you can trash here versus other stuff. But yeah, if you get powerful longship, a lot of longships, I guess you do a lot of inventor stuff. That could be exciting. I don't know what you open for that. Really, if you buy cage, you're kind of hoping for the cage to maybe be drawn with a lot of coppers, actually. Not this hand, I'll tell you that much. For sure not this hand. Maybe we'll just wait. That feels a little stupid, but I don't know what cages face down, so you never get to know. Do we want to trash the estates? It's probably still good. Two inventors. The cage is hidden. That's unfortunate. Here, the cage, I think I could have played it a little more productively. But do you spend the coffer? We're not getting rope. We're not getting anything here, really. I guess you could always swap out another ducat rather than, although that makes the cage a little worse. Yeah, this isn't my dream, I wouldn't say. We'll just make do. Where's that longship? I swear I bought a longship. I swear on everything I know. What if he aligns eventually? Rope's so terrible. Rope is just good enough to be emptied every single game. And I still think it's sort of terrible. It's not really an accurate way of describing rope, I don't think, but I'm going to buy another Longship here and hopefully draw it. I have good odds of drawing it. So I didn't trash there because the hope here is that we make it into the Longship, but they still have not hit 5, which isn't great for them. Now they get 5. Can we get the Longship? That didn't work. Please draw it. Oh my god. That would have been so nice. You know? I think. I think it would have been so nice to draw the Longship there. I probably win just kind of off that if I do draw it there. But that's the way it goes. Now, we're really pushing the piles. Maybe that should have been a crew. I don't know. We're really pushing the piles. It's a little crazy. Like, it's like you gotta win next turn. BitterWurmcoil's next turn, which maybe they can with the cage. I don't know. This is gonna be, if you draw the shepherd, you probably just win. If you don't draw the shepherd, it may be a little rough still. I'm trying to think what are the odds that taking this estate makes it easier for BitterWurmcoil to win. That is unclear to me. I could take a ducat. I think they'll probably make it since they drew that turn that way. So the estate seems bad because 2 inventor, 5 estate seems pretty plausible actually. I'm gonna go back here. Maybe they'll let me. And I'm gonna do 1 estate and 1 ducat and see what we get to. But I'm gonna assume that BitterWurmcoil just piles out here pretty easily. But if the shepherd's not in hand, then it opens up a little bit. It may still just, even without the shepherd, it may just be in hand, the win. So the inventors, it's like 3 to 5 or something right now. Oh, 5 inventor plays, of course, does it super easily. It's not being played too quickly, so maybe there's some hesitancy or some doubt, but I don't know. One has to assume that it's in hand. But nothing's guaranteed in life. Playing the shepherd first, which is probably alright. The estates were always there anyway. They must have more. I wonder how close it was. Well, they had the longships. That was a little unfortunate to lose that, but there wasn't. It was a really bad first cage draw, and then it didn't get much better from there. There was a window, actually. There was a window when I had the longship where if things were top decked, I think I bottom decked the longship. There was definitely actually a window of making things be nice, but it didn't turn out. I think this is probably Silver Sauna. 5-2 is okay. Fine Villain is kind of nice to get to alter. Or spices, right? Yeah. So, I'm not sure. Yeah, I like that. This could get ugly relatively fast. I don't like the trading post at all. Yuck. Gross. Let me think. Do we want ducat or do we just want a silver? Let's just take a silver. Hope for the trashing a little faster. Big yuck, in fact, on the trading post. But I wonder if library comes in. Way of the Squirrel does make any amount of ugliness from whatever actions a little more conscionable. So that's fair, I suppose. At some level. I think it was wrong, but you know, one can understand in that situation. Oh boy, this is ugly. Where are my double peddler turns? Where, yeah, like this is nice. Where are mine? Surely you just buy another peddler. Guess you could buy a city. This is terrible. I can try to play on. I mean, I can try to get lucky. What? There aren't a lot of stop cards left, actually. To be honest. I don't have a spices. There's still, the silver, though. That's a pain. Well, obviously we're looking for the altar there. This is gonna be a problem. We're giving them the option to activate city mid-turn, but that's just where we are. We don't exactly have choices on that front. The payload isn't super good here. It's just very drawy board. My saunas drew well. The silver sauna stuff was okay. I guess I didn't get to trash the first shuffle, but no, that's not. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, I see. The sauna had fully missed. Well, whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna lose. I do know that much. Actually, this may help me a little bit. This probably helps me a little bit. That city, the city activation that way, where they didn't really get draw out of it. That's nice for me. I do have one more city, right? This is annoying though. Shoot. It's like city, copper. Oh, it's not city, copper. That makes sense. Well, that might be what it is. This is the question: is do you go for the being able to gain and play? One thing's a peddler. This was the dream order. I guess the dream order is actually not having to play the peddler. Though I would have had to play it to do the spices at some level. Anyway, let's think about our payload, which is basically just peddlers, are going to just be peddlers. The nice thing is the peddler is the second pile and it won't, well, the second closest right now, but it can't be done with gain and play. That's kind of nice. I didn't get a squirrel down. We really need to thin up a bit here. I'm trying to think if we go for the second altar or not. We would sure like one. I guess you can villain like a whole bunch of times because of squirrel. Though then the defense is just library, right? Well, or whatever you do. I probably can't get more. Do they have 5 buys? They have 2 ducats and a spice, and they can get another spice. They can get 5 buys. It would be kind of nice to have Avantes. I'm just not going to be able to keep up in payload, is the long and the short of it. Payload or draw or whatever. Whatever pieces, it's just not going to be there. May not even draw. We killed a lot of the stop cards, but they didn't gain gainers. They didn't gain spices, so they're not upping the buy. But I guess 4 peddlers is probably all they want anyway. Then I would duck it, pile out. Or I would certainly threaten it. Whether I would get there, I don't know. Wait, this squirrel is so crazy. I am glad it exists, though. The only sense in which I'm ahead is by 2 coffers. And that is worth very, very little. To really slamming those. Okay. I do at least, I guess, get a couple more peddlers. Or 1 more peddler. Buys a ducat, that's weird. I don't think that's correct. It's a miracle the cities are here. Sort of. Okay. So now the question is, do you do the double villain because they both attack, even though it doesn't matter? They both attack, but it doesn't really change what your opponent can do. It's a little less immediate money than spices, and it doesn't... Obviously, you're not increasing pile control. But you do have the terminals to play them. Is worth something. Villain should I don't have 8 buys, right, if I gain this ducat. I also don't get to... Well, I could. I could squirrel something. But I'm an honest player. I don't squirrel things. What are their buys at? They have 3 ducats. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 spices, 6. 6 buys. And 1, they could chain a ducat. They could get up to 7 buys, but that would still be short a win. If I'm seeing this correctly. It would be like a losing tie. Unless I've misread something. But they have up to the buys now, so they can double province here or whatever, and then, you know, go on their merry way the next turn. Or slowly approach the estate pile out. You can just click province again and it'll do it for you. I think double is good, quite good. I really don't think you need to buy copper, but whatever. I think that's probably wrong, but you know, we're at the margins here because of the deck differences. I can't imagine that that's correct though. So you have other stuff you can trash still. So I'm kind of in a... I imagine if I lower the spices, that loses. They can probably triple pretty easily. The double province doesn't look too appealing. They were at triple already the last turn, right? But they lowered the coffers a little bit. I had a bit of a sadness here, draw wise. Guess I just, well, there's 2 cities there, that's okay. Guess I just double and they probably triple and win. They had a lot of peddlers, or at least a couple peddlers they didn't use. Maybe the copper was needed to, if they trash like something else to get the spices, maybe that was the buck they needed. In which case I take back my slander of the copper. But if it wasn't needed, then I still I will go ahead and retain my slander of it. But I'm sure this does triple. I have no doubts in my mind. Which brings up the thing I mentioned earlier. I should, if I hold to my philosophy, I should resign right now. The trading post as squirrel is just kind of rubbing it in a bit. IMO. Gonna bring that up to the committee about if we can get some sanctions on taunting with squirrel. Actually, the real taunt would have been playing the trading post as like itself. That would have been truly. That would have been heinous. All right, take it back. The squirrel was the friend. I mean, not playing it, you know, was an option, but. All right. I got kind of cooked there. I don't know. I mean, I was second player. Rich highwayman, that can be nice. You have the trashing. The gaining is a little worse here. The draw is a little worse. Villages are hard to come by. Not impossible, but hard to come by. To do the remodel things, you know. It's all here, but kind of in a not your favorite formation. It's a very intrigue heavy board. I mean, it just has, you know, 3 intrigue cards, but that's pretty heavy. Early set, fairly. Base set, 4, you know, base intrigue. Anvil is, you know, can slaughter early. Highwayman by far the weirdest thing here. And probably Sculptor. Everything else not too crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you can't... You don't have the draw. There's not some kind of super draw to, like, make up for the hideout trashing. And then you don't have... I guess you still wish copper. Get a highwayman. So I don't know what you do besides try and just buy provinces with highwaymen, with a highwayman and some sculptors maybe. Maybe a remodel for some threat. You could take a hideout in order to maybe accumulate a couple maybe accumulate a couple of villagers on your way. Okay, we trashed the estates and we saw one of the estates. So this is for sure gonna be a copper down here, which is not bad at all. So then we're reaching this point where we wonder if maybe if an upgrade could have the value, or upgrade could do a little bit of work for sure. Sculpture things and upgrade things, that could be fun. I'm down. Ha. Wishing Well's still a pretty good buy. IMO. So it was the steward all along. I tried to tell you all, but you wouldn't listen. Okay. So did the steward do its job, or do we want it to do its job a little bit more this turn, and then next turn, or next time we see it with the upgrade, then we start thinking maybe it's time to send this guy to the abattoir. Be boiled down for hideout fuel. Wow, this game makes a lot of sense. So it's just really a game that makes a lot of sense. There's something to be said for a lot of the cards I could buy right now. Several of them are okay. What happens if we get a ducat here? Okay. Do one of these. Then we go like this. I would say they never saw that one coming. I forgot you can gain ducats and upgrade those into wishing wells, which is kind of nicer than the 3 to 4 transitions here for some things. Could be good. I have high hopes that this turns into a fun board. Kind of low powered, but there are some angles. I think there are enough angles we can make some things happen. We didn't see either the highwayman earlier, which would have been super helpful to me, but maybe we'll see them this next turn. Hideout highwayman is like, you know, like a tiny bit of draw. So even when your hideouts are like done doing stuff, there's like a little bit that they can keep it on. They look like a necro kind of. What this board really needs is fortress. Then we'd be playing Dominion. See, they buy another highwayman. Okay. What do I wish for? There's like a couple of things. Upgrade would be nice. The highwayman, that's okay. Let's just play this. I think we don't buy anything. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw in a highwayman, even though maybe it should be a wishing. Well, let's get one. See where we go from here. I do wish I had some more wishing wells, in hopes that I would be able to wish well. Once you're playing 2 highwaymen, you got at least one wish that's pretty easy. That's nice. Can't complain about that. I mean, you could. There are no laws. There are no laws, period. That's the end of the sentence. They're not anywhere. Alright. Okay. Alright. Well, we got 1 copper, so I guess we'll just trash it. Seems reasonable. What are our odds of getting round to the... And now we've drawn another copper. The cards down here are like silver, steward. Probably some more coppers. There are only 5 coppers left in existence. Oh, there's an estate. That one would be actually really nice to draw, honestly. Okay. I feel like I'm not doing this correctly, but okay. Oh, there are more silvers than I ever imagined. I guess I bought... Wait a minute. I only bought 2 of those. Well, it all seems a bit hairy to me, but... We could get a wishing well. We can wish well. So this is like a 50-50. Which do we think it is? I guess probably... We can't use it anyway. It's maybe bad. I maybe should have miswished. Probably should have miswished. It's okay. It's how these things go. Okay, so we ended up... Yeah, I should have wished wrong intentionally. I was a fool. And worse than a fool. Do we spend the coffer? I had some theory about being able to fuel the hideouts and do draw and stuff, but man, that is going to be... That is going to be difficult. Though not impossible. We still have 2 coppers. Alright, let's see what we can do. Because you technically also need like the ducat, you know, it's... They just played 2 highwaymans and that's it. That's the story. That's all she wrote. Okay. Wishing well. Oh, you drew an upgrade. Okay, there's like 3 wishing wells. Okay, 3 wishing wells, silver and 2 ducats. 1 ducat. Copper. 1, 2, 3 wishing wells. A silver and a ducat, and that's 6 cards, and then another hideout. But I think you just go for the most right now, because there's not like multiples of a stop card in there. It's all singletons on the stop cards. Copper, silver, ducat, and 2 wishing well. That's okay. Now it is... Let's do the copper first. It's a little better. I guess this is just guaranteed now. It doesn't matter a whole lot. Okay. Wow, we've done it. They said it couldn't be done. So you can like get ducats and then... Okay, we're accumulating a little bit on the way of... We could hide out a hideout next turn. I was kind of thinking I could upgrade it. But it would let us play one of these ducats as junk. and then do it like this maybe. We really would like to condense our payload a little bit, if possible. They're really wishing for highwayman, which has got to be incorrect. I kind of did this in that game I lost against Shad. Like, you don't wish for what you want. This is classic wishing well thing, but maybe it didn't matter. They were seeing enough of the deck that who cares. That is true. I could get estates to fuel the hideouts a little bit longer. Potentially. I should be a little bit ahead here. Whether that'll be good enough, I don't know. There's another highwayman. It's not crazy, I wouldn't say. There's 2 wishing wells. Two wishing wells and 2 hideouts. I just killed one of the hideouts. Whatever. There's not 2 of anything else. Well, that was unfortunate. Wonder if I buy an estate. For the next turn. What do we got here? 9, 10, yeah. But that's, well, no, that's fine. I like my position. They still have one hideout. They can get more, obviously, quite easily. But they have to draw through. We get to see 9 of these. If you can see a lot of your deck, then the ends, the wishing wells get a lot more powerful. There they get their second hideout. There they get their third hideout. They're out of draw cards, I think. They're only playing one highwayman, because this is, they have 2. Oh, the third one they gained wasn't played last turn, so it wasn't in the discard, it was just in the deck. Buys an upgrade, I don't know what that does. I mean, there's more. You can do more with the highwayman and hideout stuff, but it'll pile out now. So, you know. That's your issue. Feeling this stuff is not trivial. Okay, we have a lot of the wishing wells and a lot of silvers, unfortunately. It's estate wishing well, hideout, probably silver. There's the wishing well. So it's just hideout, silver, estate. Estate would be kind of the nicest one to draw before the end. But okay. That's sort of the worst. Probably won't matter too much. Let's pull silver out if it's there, otherwise we can just do this. Hooray. I don't know what to do with the upgrade here. There should be something I can do that's good, but I don't know exactly what it is. We could go for yet another highwayman, I suppose. I don't know how to do that exactly. Too bad there's not like potion or something here that would help. Because we can upgrade a hideout into a highwayman, but that's not that exciting. Sculptor to gold right now does not seem like the play. We can get another hideout. Which we would probably upgrade into a highwayman if we can. Why did they wish sculptor there? This is weird wish, but I don't know what's left in deck, so maybe it makes sense. Definitely will come a point where milling provinces will make sense for just to pick up a remodel and kill them just to beat up the end of the game if we don't get to some angle with the 3 pile. There were 2 sculptors left, so I guess that makes some sense. See, like here the hideouts are lowering just to try and get around to the there's still a steward left now. Just to get around to the highwayman. And you kind of have to score, but can I pile? If I'm willing to destroy things. It's like 19 bucks because I only have one. I only have the one upgrade 1 sculptor, so it's not really in the works. But we've drawn all the silvers, which is a little unfortunate. But it's like 50-50 on wish. Well, now it's not. It's like wishing well, ducat, upgrade. Yeah. You can kill a silver just to get 1 guaranteed wish. What? Oh, I already played the upgrade. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh gosh, I'm stupid. I need to be put in a home. Or something. What are we looking for now? The curse would be nice, but also there's 2 highwaymen, so let's just go there. Okay, this is highwaymen versus silver. I'd rather draw the highwayman, I think. That's okay. I did waste one. I wasted 1 wish entirely because it was guaranteed on the So they have 2 upgrades. I guess the question for me now is like, that was pretty badly played, actually. Can they gain? They would need 2 provinces though, because they can upgrade. Like they can get hideouts, maybe upgrade stuff into the highwayman, but they would need to do that and double province. They don't have a gold or get duchies or whatever. I mean, it's not. They just score 13 points. I totally blew that though. I should have been, because I should have had more wishing wells left over than to finagle this last wish to work as well. That's gonna hurt a little bit. The difference between the question is, will I need the 5 coffers or the duchy or whatever to do any of the stuff I'm trying to do, which is basically just pile out the highwaymen probably. Let's just like a sculptor for a hideout, upgrade a highwayman. I mean, I guess I could buy an upgrade. That would make that a little easier. Listen, if it can be done, you know, GG. I don't know how long that was up. I stepped out. How many of these wishing wells worked? Too many. I'll tell you that right now. Can't really double province either though. Like you all mill. You can single, but then the points didn't change. I wish I had played my turn right though, because that would make this finish way easier. Like considerably easier. How easy is the by province, or if we can draw through to the upgrade, to the other upgrade, how easy is the $7 pile out? I just need potentially even skull. It can potentially even be a $6, but we have a coffer, so it's like ducat, 2 silvers and gold works already to do that. So we just need to get to another upgrade from what we have in hand right now. You just need to draw it. Now the unfortunate thing it's 2 provinces. Is trying to track the stop cards. I guess 12 is also an option, or like there are some worlds where 11 might work also. I don't think we're getting to double or triple. We can mill, but we're not getting to triple province. So here are all the wishing wells. So we're gonna get to see pretty huge number of these cards. We have the treasures we need in hand already. There's a province. So there's one more province. There's a ducat. And there's some hideouts. Some hideouts. We want up. We're gonna wish province for now, I think. No, there's one in there. Okay. All right, that's game. I think it was not actually possible to miss. That's hard. You can't actually outscore me without making just the province mill super easy. It was really like just an impossible situation. All right, we got black market. That'll be fun. Probably. Some seer stuff to make it work in the... And then Ferryman has secluded shrine, I guess. Which, whatever. Nothing that immediately makes rats work here. But you could pull a remodel or an upgrade or something. I know you open black market silver. You could do double black market. Not crazy. I don't like black market overlord. The 5, if there was like a you know, like a trasher trading post type card for the Overlord. That would make more sense. Obviously playing Seer is fine, but yeah, I think I agree. Okay, they did a bad draw there. The trashing is what's weak here, copper trashing in particular. So while all these cards are pretty nice, the Spice Merchant looks like the most nice to me. So now the question is, do we want the Overlord? Because here the Overlord offers a little bit more, but if you don't get the debt paid off, so you're gonna have seven. You're gonna have $7 in the next hand. So your next black market plays at risk. Probably take Ratcatcher. They have 7. That's nice because they get to do Ratcatcher and Seer. Oh, Ferryman, huh? I like Seer a lot better for the first 2 here. This sucks. The 2. We bottom decked Spice Merchant Seer, which super sucks. Secluded Shrine doesn't inspire me all that much. This is kind of a weird black market play, but I guess if it's like all estates, maybe you do that. It's a bit strange to me. Because you might pull a good 3. I mean, they have another $1 at least. So. Oh, it's because so they just don't. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Do we want 2 of something? Let's just get the counterfeit. Secluded Shrine is just a bummer to me. I didn't actually get the Ferryman there, but Spices could be nice. Especially if you have your estates or whatever. But this is good. I assume it's 2. No, it's only 1. I would have seriously considered playing this copper and just trashing the 1 estate to get the Spices, but maybe that's not correct. Bit sad on the reveal there. I will be taking Altar. This is like a village buy. Pretty easy village buy. Oof. I'm not hitting draw at the top, that's for sure. You could think about rats with the Altar in deck. Probably wrong, but you could think about it. Modify maybe the best thing there. I'm not sure it's better than just buying Seer, but you know. Well, I do have not enough for swap, so that's cool. I don't think Masquerade is worth it. There is a world where it's brutal. We are headed towards a thinness. I don't have enough for swap, otherwise I would for sure just take swap. My top decking, bottom decking has been horrific. My money distribution, just in terms of what I've been able to buy, has been okay. And the black market pulls have been pretty okay, but I'm not getting deck cycling for anything. The Spice Merchant Seer have been bottom twice. It's starting to annoy me. And then this Spice Merchant is probably gonna miss coppers, I don't know. So I felt good, and I still kind of feel good about what I have versus what they have, but these are garbage. That's nice. The vault there's some tricks, but that doesn't make it not garbage. But other than that, these are pretty bad. And the herbalist is bad too. I guess if you want to buy, we're getting this. This is unfortunate. This is just kind of how it's going for me though, so not much to do. Don't really want to top deck any of this. I don't know what is more impactful here. I think you try and look. Yeah, because there are things like, well, okay, so I have Masquerade, so it's got to be militia. I can imagine worlds where it's fortune, and maybe it's still fortune, but I feel like rolling Mask Militia out of the black market deck has got to be a little more awkward for them. So they're going with the rats because they have the modify, and I guess maybe, you know, hope eventually you can probably pull a swap or something. The cursing is probably going to be fine once I'm clean. Then it's just like, oh, I put a curse into your deck, you know. So trade curse for whatever your middle-ish card is that you keep, or your credit card that you keep, are forced to keep in hand. I'm trying to think the order to do this all. Because we can't, or the way it is now, we can't exactly do it correctly. Well, we kind of miss a militia play, basically. Okay. Well, these are all cool and great. I can't actually play. These are all fantastic. Last card's counterfeit. We get tools to get another seer. And we're going to still have enough to buy a village. So obviously there are other things that are nice here. So they're forced to keep. Something a little mediocre at least. Okay. I do like getting a cauldron at some point. 1, 2. But right now I'm more interested and drawing good and playing these things. It's maybe double village. There's something to be said for the black market here. The villages will run, the black market will not run. Villages will run at some point. I don't know that I really have the money for... Let's do this. I feel ahead and that feels a little more conservative, so... I'm sure they would like to get a King's Cash or something. I would like to get a King's Cash. The seers are gonna super draw. Oh, if we could even get some cursing going, some guaranteed cursing. I don't know that we're gonna need it. How much more money do we make here? These aren't incredible, though they're pretty good. The Jack of all trades is kind of nice. Am I gonna get to... Yeah, I think we're close. I don't really want to give anything too nice just because of the are there 7s that are like really good? Besides King's Cash? I guess we have to watch out for the rats out. Not actually, it's not even possible. Not at the moment. governor's nice. It's not over. Skips it, goes for the charm. Okay. Gets king's cash. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, it's a rats. Never mind. I'm not like millions of miles away from a rats out myself. I don't have a rat, so that makes me pretty far, but if I still had the rats, if I had trashed the spice merchant rather than the rats, I wouldn't be so terribly far from a rats out. I probably need to score some points this turn. If we can... There's probably a finish, honestly. So we have to rats. We have to alter for rats. Probably tools, counterfeit tools to get rats and sear, and then we have to have $8 that we've played beforehand. But we've got the militia, we've got like 2 black markets, we got a fishing village. The only issue will be draw. Potentially. But these are nice, of course. So, how to do this? So we're gonna play. We don't actually need a whole bunch of village plays. But we do have to get around. So there are 3 cards in the discard. I would like to at least confirm that this works. The money's not an issue between Cauldron. Money's not an issue. Is the draw an issue? We've got 6 draws still left. Okay, so does matter a little bit if we get, no, it shouldn't. We should be able to handle it. If we get, we can trash it. It's fine. We just have to make sure we give out a curse. And have $8. Okay. We need to play rats. Then we need to play black market. And we need to counterfeit. We need to play cauldron. Counterfeit the tools for a seer and a rats. And then play one of these. I guess we can play all of them. It doesn't matter. Don't buy. Play village. All right. That was a nice finish. I shouldn't have passed, or I shouldn't have trashed a rats on that turn with the altar. It should have been a spice merchant. It would have been less work for sure to do the pile out, but I was a little scared. I think she didn't really consider the pile out and could have scored some. And then we would have had a longer game. I should be able to win from that position against most everything, but you know, you never know when you play the game out. So anyway, it was nice to find the win that way. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I have one more match for this season against VR Smith. We'll be playing tomorrow, so tune in if you want to see that. It'll be an hour later than this one started. So take care.